What's good with it, family, man? It's your Brody Dez, and we back with another freaking video, man. Hope y'all guys are feeling wonderful out there, because y'all know me. I'm blessed by the best, man, as you guys can see. As always, man, looking good, smelling good, man. I ain't had my hair cut in about 2-3 weeks, so it's about time for me to get a good chop, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, man, before I get into this video, man, I wanted to update y'all on my radiologic technology journey, bro. I just came through the summer semester, bro. I know in my last video I told y'all that I was taking A&P1, and your boy came out that thing, man. I passed it with an A, you know what I'm saying? Big A, you know what I'm saying? Not the little one. But yeah, man, I'm really excited about that. Man, the journey has been amazing, bro. I've been learning a lot, bro. I've been just keeping my head down, grinding. And I'm looking forward to this upcoming fall semester, bro. I take A&P2. I had to drop the math class, what I was taking, Essentials to Algebra. Anyway, I was supposed to be taking A&P2 in the fall, and Pre-Calculus and Essentials to Algebra in the fall semester, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna actually post a video for y'all, man, just sharing some of my advice on how I pass A&P with an A, because I know A&P is like really like the big boogeyman of the science, biology courses. So I want to just share my insight on how I actually passed it. Anyway, we're going to get on to the video. Here in this video, I wanted to share some advice to all my young guys out there. Well, not specifically guys. I wanted to make it like for young people in general. Things that I learned that I wish I would have knew. 6 harsh truths that I wish I would have knew when I was 20, 21, 22 years old, 23 years old, you know what I mean? Stuff that I picked up over the years that I feel like can be useful to young people at that age, bro. I promise you. I'm 28, almost 30, so I ain't too far from y'all. But like I said, these are 6 things that I wish somebody would have really sat down and drilled into my head, like to get me to really just lock in on it. Cause like, dude, like if I would have took advantage of it, bro, I promise you, bro, I would probably be a millionaire at this point. 6 key things that I feel like could be beneficial to young people, just in general. I'm pretty sure it can be of help to somebody out there. If y'all don't know, it's finna give it to you, bro. Let's get it. The very first thing I would say, in which these are not in any particular order. I'm not ranking these from most important to least important. These are just how I jotted them down on the list. But I would say the very first thing would be the importance or the need to have name brand things. Name brand, high fashion type stuff, like, always having the latest pair of shoes, like clothes, like copping shoes every weekend, always feeling like you gotta have the best of the best. You always gotta be fresh. Like, man, the grand scheme of things, bro, like really none of that is important, bro. Like none of that name brand stuff. All them Jordans that I invested my money in my early 20s, bro, trying to sell it back, I probably didn't even get half of the money back that I put into it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, bro, I wasted so much money trying to invest in looking good, like externally, and I wasn't putting into myself. You know what I'm saying? I spent all that time buying this outfit to go out for that weekend, or buying these pair of shoes to show, hey, I got these shoes too. It's just like, bro, in the grand scheme of things, none of that really matters, bro, to be honest. Because at the end of the day, bro, nobody really cares, to be honest. But they gonna say, oh, I'm a nice pair of shoes, and they gonna keep going about their day. You know what I'm saying? Or some people may not even acknowledge it, and it's just like, bro, for what? You just copped this $250 pair of shoes, or you just copped this $200, $300 pair, outfit, or whatever the case may be, and it's just like, bro, you gonna dang near wear it one time. Like, long term, I don't think that that's a good financial investment. But, like I said, over time, I had to learn it. I had to figure that out. Like, bro, at the end of the day, you're going to like me for me, not for what I got on, not for how fresh I am, not for what pair of shoes I got on, bro. I had to stop allowing that to validate who I am. Like, bro, I don't, you know what I'm saying? The clothes don't make me, I make the clothes, you know what I'm saying? I had to realize that, like, big time, like, bro. And it don't bring me any value, none whatsoever, bro. If anything, it's making my outside, my external, my appearance look more valuable in my pocket, in my bank account. I'm broke. Like, I'm broke. You know what I'm saying? The number 2 thing for me would be, I'm gonna say this as young men, just coming from, where I come from. I would say that, for me, I would say that I'm pretty handsome. Would you agree?
Boy, if you don't get...
But I would say that I'm pretty handsome, man. And back then, like, I just think that I had access to a lot of women. And as a young man, I just think that, man, when you young, you handsome, you feel like you got some money, like you feel like you just having fun, bro. You're just having fun living life. And you know how it is, bro. You get with this girl, that girl, you pretty much you think that that's living life, you know what I'm saying, as a young guy. But I come to tell you now, being 28 years old, bro, it's really not the move, bro. Honestly, if I can go back, I wish I would have locked in on one woman for sure, because I'm devoting my time out to this girl, that girl, this girl, you know what I'm saying? I'm having a high text message, have to really you having to devote so much energy into this person, that person, this person, and it's like I have to come to the realization, bro, if I ain't gonna be with one person, bro, I ain't gonna be with none of y'all, because like I ain't got time to be devoting all my attention to trying to take this chick out, go take her to the park. Like, bro, it's too much time, too much energy putting into that. Like, bro, I could have focused so much time into my craft, finding out exactly who I am as a person and what I wanted to do with my life, like where I wanted the direction of my life to go. It's just like, when you're a young man, you handsome like that, or you really getting to it, it's just like, bro, you can get your pick of the litter. And it's just like, that's cool, but even when I was in that type of life, bro, it wasn't bringing me no kind of substance, bro. It wasn't bringing me no substance. Like, it didn't make me feel no type of way. It's like you get a new car, you get a new pair of shoes. After you done got the shoes, bro, or you done worn the shoes a couple times, after you get that new car, it don't even feel good no more. And after you done it so many times, it's like, okay, what's next? You know what I'm saying? That excitement, that dopamine hit, it don't even hit the same if you really done it like that. And I say the same thing when it comes to women and dealing with this woman, that woman. Like, bro, it's not where you want to be, bro. There's so much stuff going on out here, dog. Like, and you know what I mean? Keep it solo, bro. If you ain't gonna focus on one chick, bro, like, man, focus on yourself, bro. Focus on your grind. Like, focus on making some bread and what you want to do in life, bro. Stop putting your attention on all these young girls. Now, I know it's kind of hard to say that, but like I said, I wish somebody would have really broke down to me why that was important, because I would have avoided so many pitfalls had I taken that advice, you know what I'm saying, if somebody gave it to me. But I'm telling you now, that's the purpose of this video. But anyway, the third harsh truth I wish somebody had sat me down and broke it down to me is the fact that, as you get older, you start to find yourself. Throughout that process, you begin to lose friends. And I never really just thought about, like, losing childhood friends, people who you may have grown up with, but man, that's the reality of it. It's a scary thing to think about, to know, like, bro, even the people that you most closest with now, your early 20s, like, man, you think that these people gonna always be around, and that's not necessarily the case, bro. Everybody is living their own life in a way. People get girlfriends, boyfriends, people start to get married, they get jobs, y'all don't hang out as much, people start having kids, so it's just like, y'all lives are gonna start to naturally separate themselves just based off the fact that y'all just living life, y'all just growing up. And I never really just took that into consideration at a young age. Like, I never thought, like, bro, like my bros from high school, like, man, like I'll be just disconnected from them. Now, of course we talk, but it's just like, we literally went from hanging out every day to talking to each other probably once or twice a month. You know what I'm saying? So I never really considered that. I never thought about that, that at that age, like, damn, bro, it's going to be a point in time where I may not even hear from my bros. Like, we all going in our own direction. And it's just like, damn, dog, we used to be together every day. We used to kick it every day. You know what I'm saying? So I think that that's one harsh truth that I feel like a lot of young people really don't consider, bro. You got all these big friend groups. It's probably five and six of y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all may end up, man, not talking to each other like for months or years, you know what I'm saying? You may not hear from these people for years. Not saying that y'all not friends anymore, but it's just like, bro, y'all gonna just start to develop your own lives, and it's just like, bro, it just is what it is, but that's what come with growth. Another thing that I would say is, people tend to grow even if you growing, people tend to grow in their own directions. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could both be going up, but y'all just growing and y'all going up in y'all own directions. Y'all not going up together. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all felt like it was when y'all was coming up. And I feel like that's kind of like, to share a little bit of my personal experience. That's how I feel like how it is with me and my bro Cam. Like, we both going up, but we going in two different directions. And that's okay. I just spoke with him yesterday. I just met with him. Like, I see him every so often. It's always love, but it's just like, I know that, he got his path and I got what I got going on my path. And it's just like, it is what it is. But that's one harsh truth. I would say that, it's blind. It'll really blindside you, but bro, it's the truth. Like, it's really the truth, bro. So definitely look out for that for sure. I would say the fourth harsh truth that I really never considered in my 20s or my early 20s is the fact that, we should really take advantage of our health and fitness at a young age. Just go ahead and lock in on it, because like, man, I grew up like playing football, playing sports, always active, and I wouldn't say that I'm as bad now. I feel like this is probably the most healthiest I've been. But I mean, really, you get so caught up early 20s, bro. You drinking, you smoking, you partying, like you with this girl, that girl, this guy, that guy, and it's just like you tend to neglect, like, eating what you want to eat. You tend to neglect the thing that's really most important to your vitality, bro. Is your health and fitness, your youth. We tend to correlate your youth or your health and fitness with your youth. You have so much of your activity in your youth, and as you get older, of course, you start to break down over time, especially if you don't stay active. It's like when you get older, the less active you get, and I never really took consideration of that. I mean, I did, but a lot of people didn't. A lot of people that I went to school with, they lost themselves. They started having kids. They just, they're almost like a shadow of who they once were. I see people who were once fit. They now big. They bigger now. You know what I'm saying? They done got a lot of weight. It's like, damn, that's you. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, bro, I would say honestly, that would probably be that's probably the biggest thing that I've said so far, is really just taking advantage of your health and fitness, bro. We think because we young, like we got all our life to get it right, but man, I know some people who I went to school with, who passed away, who I've known to pass away from health issues unexpectedly. And it's just like, we don't really consider that. We don't think about that because we're young. But man, I tell you, dog, it's real. And like, I'm glad God saved me. Like, God really and truly saved me. He really showed me the way. And I got work to do, bro. I ain't perfect, Sometimes I may have this, I may do this, I may not work out a couple days because I'm grinding, I'm working, but like, dog, that I wouldn't say, like, without a shadow of a doubt, like, that ain't my priority. Like, that's my top priority, is really, keeping my health up, keeping my fitness up, because I know that's how I'm gonna continue to get to the bread. That's how I'm gonna continue to, be there for my family. Like, that's how I'm gonna continue to be strong for my family. So that's one of the key things that I would take away from my early 20s, is really just locking in on health and fitness, bro, because we need it, bro. We all do, for sure. The fifth harsh truth, which I actually had at number 6, I chose to bump it down because I feel like the fifth one that I had was, I feel like it's a bombshell that I feel like a lot of people really just don't understand it, specifically men, but I'm gonna get to it though. But I'm gonna say number 5 is taking advantage of education while you're young. I had college at first, but I know everybody's not built for college, but I would say, like, getting your education is probably one of the most important things that I feel like a lot of us just don't really, we don't really take advantage of. We feel like we're young, we got all this time in the world, like we can do it. We can do it when whenever we get to it, we procrastinate on it. When we know we need to actually get to it, get to learning a skill, whatever the case may be. But it's like it's so sidewinded due to what's in front of us, distractions, you know what I mean? So I think that actually getting education, whether it be, learning some type of skill set, it don't even necessarily have to be with a trade or anything like that, but learning something, getting on YouTube, learning how to code, learning how to film, learning how to shoot videos, and learning like doing extracurricular stuff, like learning how to do something, learning some type of skill set. Of course, you got trades you can get into, trade school. Of course, you got your traditional colleges that you can get into. Get into some type of career field where you can build a skill set. We don't really consider that. Well, where I'm from, we don't really consider that because everybody is like so against school. Everybody is so against school. Not everybody, but a lot of people are against school. I would say that's one thing that isn't really glorified where I come from. Now in my family, of course, but where I come from as a collective, like just the environment that I come from, we don't really glorify the idea of going to school, getting education. And I think that is so important, bro, because man, if you think about it, and I thought about this, later last year, a couple years ago, like, dang, bro, like I'm literally gonna be working in a warehouse for the rest of my life, like no skill set, no nothing. And it's just like, dog, is that the life that I really want for myself, for my family? It's like with that, I'm not gonna be able to give to my children, give to my lineage, give to my wife, whatever the case may be, do for my mother the way I want to, work in this basic job. I'm not really fueling myself with the education and knowledge in order for me to make these type of moves, to make this type of money that I want to make. I feel like education does a lot, bro. It does a lot, and not even just monetarily gain, but just teaches you like just different like lessons, life lessons that you can learn from just getting education, bro. Things that you may be able to help somebody else out with. That was one of the main things for me. It's not only enhancing my knowledge, but also being able to share the knowledge with other people, other people who may not, who looking for the knowledge, just like I'm doing in this video, sharing knowledge. But I would say education. Education will be my fifth thing, man. Like I said, it don't even necessarily have to be, college, bro. It can be just, something recreational, just learning all about something that you're interested in, bro. It can be, of course, getting a trade, whatever that may be, cosmetology, welding. You can be an electrician, a plumber, whatever the case may be. College, of course, always got college. Learning something, bro. Just learning something that could boost you, that could enhance you mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, financially. Like, you need that education, like, for sure. I would say the sixth and final thing in my book, like I said, I put this last. I had to say this for last. And it's specifically targeted towards men. I would say, man, at the end of the day, what I had to realize was that no matter what suffering that I was going through, how much suffering I was going through, I had to realize, dog, like, ain't nobody coming to save me. As a man, like, bruh, I can count how many times on my hand, how many people have ever come to my rescue when I was really at my lowest. Like, the past couple years, bro, I've been broke as heck. Like, I can count on my hand how many people I could call on to really help me get out of that bind. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, dog, that's what I really realized, dog. Like, no matter what you going through in life, you gotta figure it out, bro. Can't nobody else help you with your issue. You may can get some consultation. You can talk to somebody, but at the end of the day, do you think that person finna walk you through whatever you going through? Like, you know what I'm saying? I can see if you was dealing with some, some mental issues or whatever the case may be, you can get help. But at the end of the day, like, you're gonna have to put the work in, bro. You can have somebody, giving you game, giving you knowledge, but at the end of the day, bro, somebody, and like, you gotta literally put the work in. And that's what, I had to really realize, like, if I really wanted to be successful in life, if I wanted to get to where I needed to be in life, get to my destination, I couldn't rely on nobody to give it to me. Like, I literally had to go out and get it. If this person didn't give it to me, I was gonna go get it from somewhere else. Like, I'm just built that way. But like I said, in your early 20s, you don't really consider that, because like I said, you feel like you got friends, you feel like you got a lot of support around you. But when you really get in a jam, you really get jammed up, you're gonna really see, who really there for you. And 9 times out of 10, bro, a lot of people ain't gonna be willing to help you if you get jammed up. You know what I'm saying? If you really get jammed up, like, dog, ain't nobody gonna, and that could be in anything. That could be in jail, man, you can lose it all. You can lose your house. You can lose like whatever. Like you can need some money to get some gas, like cause you broke. Like, dude, you gotta go out here and get it on your own, bro. And that's probably one of the most harshest truths, cause you feel like you got so much love in the world. And that's not me saying that you don't, like, these people, the people around you don't love you, but you know, you gotta understand people got their own issues, their own problems that they going through in their own life. So it's just like, man, you gotta just take that on the chin and just go with it and just realize, like, dog, ain't nobody gonna pick me up. Ain't nobody gonna fix this mess but me. Like, I gotta do this. Ain't nobody gonna constantly, it's nobody's problem, nobody issue. You know, if you lose your vehicle, you lose your transportation to work, it's nobody's responsibility to take you to and from work every day. You know what I'm saying? If you lose your job, it's nobody's responsibilities if you got kids for them to feed your kids. You know what I'm saying? To provide you with money to feed your kids, to keep a roof over your head. Nobody's responsibility but yours, you know? So to conclude this video, I hope that y'all was able to pull something from it. All of these things are really important, things that I wish I would have known at y'all age, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. You know, harsh truths that I feel like a lot of young people should learn, should know, because this stuff ain't really just being taught like that. It ain't being pushed like that. Like I said, you know, when you're young, you feel like you got all the time in the world. You can have fun, you can drink, you can smoke, you can party, you can be with this person, that person. Like, you feel like you got all the time in the world, but in reality, bro, sad reality is that, man, time is ticking. These years are going by. Like, it's already July, end of July. Like, dog, bro, you gotta get on it. You gotta get to it, bro. You gotta run it up. Like, you gotta stay focused. You gotta get on your grind, because, man, like I said, before you know it, you'll be my age, wishing you can go back to that time when you was 21, 22, you know, thinking, you know, or just wishing you could have did it different. But you can't get that time back. But anyway, that's the video. I hope you guys liked it. Make sure you guys tune in to the next one, because I got some game for y'all in that one. I'm gonna be dropping gems, so y'all stay tuned for that. I'm gonna make sure I get back on my consistent content train, bro. I just been working, grinding on myself, you know what I'm saying, and what I got coming, man. So yeah, I'm out this thing, man. I hope y'all have a good one. Your Brody Dez is out in 3, 2, 1.